hip, hip. Hip, hip.
Our group had avoidance and accountability. I'm Leah.
Haley.
I'm Zach.
I'm Anna.
And I'm Chrisanna.
Hip, hip. When you're on a holiday, you can't find the words to say all the things you
One of the biggest dysfunction of a group is avoidance of accountability. The dysfunction right before avoidance accountability is lack of commitment, which is usually due to desire for consensus and need for clarity. Avoidance accountability happens because a lot of people have a hard time pointing out other group members' actions and they think that it's awkward, so they tend to avoid it. Avoidance accountability and lack of commitment go together because in order for a group to call each other out on their actions, they have to be aware of what is expected of them. Now we'll show you what avoidance accountability looks like in a group.
Seriously, what time is it? She was supposed to be here 10 minutes ago.
I know, I don't get it. I don't get why she's always late.
Well, how do we talk to her about this?
I don't know. I don't want to make her feel bad, but she does this a lot. Hey guys, sorry I'm late. I forgot we had a meeting, I guess. And then I got really hungry on the way here, so I went to stop and get food, so.
What have you guys done so far?
I mean, we're basically almost done. We've been here for a while, so we got a lot done.
Oh shit, sorry. Oh, my computer's like gonna die soon. I'm gonna go get the charger from like downstairs, sorry.
This has gone on long enough. She needs to be held accountable for it. But I just don't really know what to say to her.
I know. She's basically hasn't done anything this whole time, but I feel like we need to say something.
So this skit was a prime example of what a dysfunctional group looks like because they're avoiding accountability with their group member who came in late. So when Chrisanna was running late, Leah and Anna were talking about how they would hold her accountable for her actions. When she finally got there, she had to go down to get a charger. So Leah and Anna were trying to think of a way to confront her, but they couldn't think of anything because they didn't want to feel awkward or feel bad for what they were going to say to her. Confrontation can often have a group feel uncomfortable and cause tension, and that may make a group feel like they're walking around on eggshells. Usually a group that has close friends in it has this problem the most of avoidance of accountability because they're afraid if they have confrontations with friends about their actions and behaviors that they may jeopardize and lose that friendship.
Now that we just showed you an example of a team avoiding accountability and Haley explained the problems with it, these are some of the signs of your team avoiding the accountability, which are creating a resentment among team members who have different standards of performance, encouraging mediocrity, misses deadlines and key deliverables, and places a burden on the team leader. Here's a skit of us showing the avoidance of accountability. Do both of you guys have your slides done?
Yeah, I finished mine.
Can you see?
Yeah. Looks like that.
Oh, that's okay. Here's my slide.
Oh wow. Okay.
Yeah, I worked really hard on it.
Yeah.
Zach, what do you have?
I'm not gonna lie, I forgot we were supposed to have it done.
Oh, that's not good.
So in that skit, we showed you how a group might be showing signs of avoiding accountability. So one way that we showed it in the skit was the difference between Leah and Haley's slides on the PowerPoint. Haley's slide had a lot less work done on it, and this was encouraging mediocrity. Another sign that we showed in our skit was me missing the deadline. So both of those are signs of a group avoiding accountability.
Just as there are signs of your team avoiding accountability, there are also signs that your team holds another accountable, and those include assuring that performing group members feel the pressure to improve. They don't hesitate to identify problems. They establish respect among team members who are held at the same standards, and they avoid excessive bureaucracy around performance management and corrective action.
Some people call me the space cowboy.
Do Do both of you guys have your slides done?
Yeah, I do.
Okay, let's see what you have.
Yeah. So I just put a little bit in there.
Those slides are good. I just think they need a little bit more information.
Okay.
More information is the best, I think, for this project. So those are good. I just think you need a little bit more.
Yeah, go more in depth.
It's
Yeah.
definitely like lacking some content.
Okay.
Okay. Here's what I have.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay, so mine should be more like that then.
Yeah, just more information is better, I think.
Okay.
Zach, what do you
That looks
have?
really good. I didn't get my part done. I forgot that we were gonna have it done today.
Well, that's okay. But since we do have our parts done, if you could get yours done by tonight, just because we're trying to get this
Okay.
project turned in time.
Yeah.
Okay. I can actually do that for you guys. I'll start right now.
Okay, great. Thanks.
So our skit just showed a example of how a group showing signs of actually holding people accountable within the group. So one moment was when there was pressure being put on Haley and I to either improve Haley's slides or for me to improve my overall work ethic to get my part of the project done for the group. And one other thing that the skit showed was Leah was not scared to identify the problem and address the problem.
If your group is showing signs of avoidance of accountability, the key to overcoming this dysfunction is to abide by a few tools that are very effective and simple. One tool a group can use is publications of goals and standards. It's making rules and consequences and discussing attitudes that are expected. Once a group has committed to those rules, you must keep them out in the open so they're not forgotten or ignored. If you're confused, here's a quick example of a group using this tool.
You know, guys, I think before we start a project, we should have some group rules.
Yeah, that'd be smart.
Yeah, sure. Anyone have any ideas?
I think just like making sure we have assignments done on time, and set deadlines, and like also don't be afraid to like ask people like if you need help, just to be respectful towards everybody.
Yeah, and like come to meetings, and
Yeah.
if you can't come, make sure you let us know.
Communicate with the group. Yeah.
And don't be late, too.
Yeah, that's a big one.
Yeah, I think those are some good rules. I think along with rules, we should probably make some consequences. Like for the evaluations, like if you're not doing good, just be really truthful in your evaluations and make sure that you tell the professor what's going on.
I'd say that's a pretty good consequence. I don't know, if you're late to meetings, we could have like a penalty where like you have to bring brownies or something to the next one.
Yes.
I think we should write these all down so we don't forget them too.
Okay, yeah, I'll make a Google Docs.
Yeah, so then everyone.
So as you can see with this group, they established rules and consequences for all of the team members to follow. They also set up a Google Doc so they can all be in communication when they're not with each other.
Another tool a group can use is simple and regular reviews. This is just like touching base. Team members should always be in communication with each other, either written or verbally. Using this tool creates strong structure and helps individuals take initiative when they are not willing to. Here's an example of a group using this tool on group messaging, and allows them to check up with each other while completing their tasks separately. As demonstrated in that video, the group touched base on messaging, but don't forget you can also do it verbally.
Team rewards comes about because a team, like the Badgers, are not willing to lose a game because one teammate is not pulling their weight. The other members will have to step up and win the game. This is what groups do when using the tool of team rewards. In this tool, you're shifting away from giving rewards to individual performance to your team's achievement. In doing this, your team can create an environment of accountability.
4, 3, 2, 1.
I feel like we've been working on this project a lot. It's taking forever.
But we're still meeting on Friday too. And I have most of my stuff done.
Yeah, how about this? If we can get everything done on Friday, I'll take us out for pizza.
You'll buy?
I'll buy it.
Cool.
I'm done.
Get it done.
Get it done Friday.
As you can see, the group was very stressed out about their deadlines and didn't know if they can get everything done. But the little mention of a reward with pizza Friday night, focus was regained.
To summarize, the solution to overcoming avoidance of accountability are the three tools we just discussed. The first was public of goals and standards, simple and regular reviews, and then team rewards. Now we'll see how the role of the leader applies to this dysfunction.
One of the most difficult challenges of being a leader and trying to instill the accountability in a team or a group is to let the team be the primary mechanism to enforce the accountability. Sometimes strong leaders have a tendency to be the only person that enforces the accountability, and this will create an environment where other members of the team will not be enforcing accountability if the team leader isn't.
The trumpets, they go.
Does everyone have their stuff done?
Yeah, most of mine's done.
I do.
Oh, sorry, I didn't have time to finish it. I can have it finished like in the next couple days, maybe. I don't know.
Okay, that's fine. That's fine.
As shown in that clip, Leah was taking on the role of leader and Haley has taken on the role of the member that was not held accountable. Anna and I looked at Leah thinking that she was going to say something to Haley about not having her job done, but instead she kind of just shrugged it off and didn't know what to say. Now that we have looked at the skit and seen how Leah handled it as a bad leader, let's look at how she should have handled it to be a good leader.
I'm not trying to be rude, but hey, pretty girl, I'm feeling you. The way you do the things you do.
Does everyone have their work done?
Yeah, my part's done.
Yep, I finished my part.
Oh, sorry, I like maybe halfway done, but I can finish it like in the next couple days, maybe.
Well, since we all finished our part, I think we'd appreciate if you got yours done at least by tonight, just because we have to present in a few days. So I think it's good to run through it, and since we all have our part done, we'd appreciate it if you got it done tonight.
Okay, yeah, I can do that then.
As shown in that last skit, Leah stepped up and told Haley that she needed to get her job done and held her accountable for the project.
Once the leader of the group has made the entire team enforce the accountability rather than just the primary leader, then the whole culture of the group can move forward. However, if the team isn't enforcing the accountability thoroughly and rightly, then the leader must be willing to step in and enforce the accountability.
Now that we talked about the fourth dysfunction, you may be wondering how it relates to the fifth, which is inattention to results. If a group does not know that they should be held accountable, then they shift their attention to their own needs rather than the group, and they do not look at the results.
The first thing that we covered was the problem with avoidance of accountability. And the main problem is that people are afraid to hold someone accountable because they don't want that uncomfortable or awkward feeling for confronting someone because of their actions or behaviors. And this can always cause a bad stigma for holding someone accountable.
We went over the signs of avoiding accountability. One of the signs includes creating resentment among team members who have different standards of performance. We also went over the signs of a group holding each other accountable, and one of the signs of that is identifying problems. We also demonstrated 2 skits explaining those signs. A few keys to overcoming avoidance of accountability is to abide by 3 simple rules. One is publication of goals and standards. You want to be able to clarify as a team what needs to be achieved. Another is regular reviews. It's very important for a group to communicate either in a written format or verbally. And lastly, team rewards. So a team should shift away from individual performance to the team's achievement.
The role of a leader, in order to instill a good sense of accountability in a group, is that the leader needs to make the group be the primary mechanism in order to enforce the accountability. However, if the group is not enforcing the accountability, the leader needs to be able to step in and take control.
While looking at the dysfunction of avoiding accountability, we discussed why it's a problem, the indications of a group avoiding accountability, as well as indications of them holding each other accountable. And then we also discussed the solutions to solving a group that is avoiding accountability. And then we also described how a leader plays a role in this. I'm Leah.
I'm Haley.
I'm Zach.
I'm Anna. And I'm Chrisanna.
Well, everybody, that was Dysfunction 4, the avoidance of accountability. I hope you had fun watching it, and we'll catch you later.
You tell your friends it was nice to meet them, but I hope I never see them again. I know it breaks your heart. Moved to the city in a broke down car, and 4 years no calls. Now you're looking pretty in a hotel bar.